Hey, 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 welcome back. It is time to get creative. Okay, so this is Mr. Payne here, and I'm going to talk to you guys about contour drawing. So we're going to have contour, continuous contour, and blind contour. Okay, so a contour drawing is basically an outline drawing, almost as if you could hold up whatever you're drawing and trace around it. We're going to do our hands today, so I don't want you tracing around your hand. I want you to look at the hand while you're drawing it and just imagine as you're going across the whole hand, like if you were going on the paper, like if you could just trace around it while it's doing the same thing on the paper. Okay, so we're going to do that. But what I'm going to try first is I make sure we've got some things. I got some paper, and I've got some things to draw with, and I've got a piece of cardboard here which can actually be used to kind of hide my hand that I'm drawing with, so I can't really see what I'm drawing. That'll be the final thing we're doing. Okay, so again, to recap, we're going to be doing contour, continuous contour, and blind contour. So here we go. Let's see. Let's get everything set up. And I'm going to start with pretty much just a pen. And I'm going to hold my hand out in a hand position. And I'm going to try just drawing that. So I'm going to have to stare, right down at my hand and get going. So here we go. I'm going to start. And I'm going to try and fill the page on this one, okay? So hopefully this will stay still for me. Here we go. So we're going to start. And I'm just kind of tracing. You could pick up your pen. I'm just trying to see that line right there. And then I'm going to branch over. I'm going to get that thumb area right along there. And if you make mistakes, that's okay. You're going to make mistakes. I make mistakes. We just keep going. And then now I'm going to bring my thumb up, get that thumbnail. Oop, that thumbnail's a little big. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to go back over it and try to make it fit a little better. Thumb's a little big, but you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm still practicing. Keep going down. I need to see this line right here. It's going to kind of branch off this way. Now my hand is going to come up. And again, I can pick up my pen, whatever I'm drawing with, as many times as I want, because I'm just basically doing like a tracing as if I was making it for something like color pencil or coloring book page. That's all I'm thinking about. You remember those when you were younger. I always liked those, especially when I had something that I really liked to draw from. So I keep going up. Just trying to get every individual part. Again, it's just a nice outline drawing of the hand. So here we go. Again, as I'm focusing, there are times when I'll stop and I just kind of look and think, okay, where's that going to be? I need to adjust where my lines are. So that way I kind of know how far to bring it over. Kind of keep drawing. Remember, it's just an outline. Not worried about shading or anything like that, although I really want to shade it in. I'm one of those kind of people when I'm drawing, I really like to make sure if I'm making a mistake that I can go back in and hide any errors with shading. But we're not going to worry about that today. Right now, we're just trying to get the basics of the hand and the fingers. Probably should be about here, so I can go back in and fix stuff. Going in, going around. It's a little wonky. That's okay. I'm going to make it work. Always remember, turn that mistake into a masterpiece. Okay, and then this hand here is a little bent over and behind. Finger is a little bit behind this one. It's okay. Come up over and then back to here. And then I've got this big fat part right here to my hand. It's kind of hard to see, but it's this part right along there that I'm trying to fix up. So now I'm going to go here, down, and then kind of finish it out. Boom. Not a lot of time was spent on that. Now I'm sure if you're doing your final ones, these are just kind of my sketch patterns that I'm working from. If I was doing a final one, I'd probably spend a lot more time going super, super slow, just trying to fill that up. There we go. That kind of looks like my hand, doesn't it? And I bet if I put it on there, it might actually kind of fit. Look at that. Okay, so that is just a simple contour. Contour drawing, and that just means an outline drawing of the hand, multiple lines, but that way I can fill some things in, but there's no shading. I know I want to go in and add some hatching and cross hatching or shading, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to put that to the side real quick, and I'm going to grab another sheet, and now I'm going to do pretty much the same hand gesture, but this time I'm going to do it continuous contour. Now, what that means continuous contour is one line. Do not pick this pen up. Once I put the pen down on the paper and start drawing, I'm not going to pick it up. My style is going to be different than yours. Remember, I can't teach you how to draw like me. I can teach you how to draw like you, but better. So, as you're moving, if you have to stop, don't pick up your pen or whatever you're drawing with. If you accidentally pick up, go right back to that same spot and keep that one line moving, all right? So here we go. We're going to give it a shot and go. I'm kind of sketchy. Kind of sketchy when I'm doing it. If I make a mistake, I don't care. I'm just going to keep it going. I love continuous contour. Just love that because it's very sketchy and it's got kind of a, to me, it seems like a very aggravated and animated feel to it. Almost like it's moving itself. Made a mistake there, so I'm going to cut that thumb off right there. I'm not going to worry about it. Come back up here. Come back around. Picked up my pen, right? Right back to where I picked it up from. Keep it going. Now, some people prefer to do this kind of drawing. When I'm doing the 4-minute burn, I tend to do a lot of continuous contour. If you have to go across the page to get to another side, don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. This is all just a better practicing at making artwork better because you're just learning how to draw and looking at those lines and how things are going. It's going to be very, very scratchy, okay? For some of you, you're going to go super slow because you're not going to want to make a mistake, but remember, you can always turn a mistake into a masterpiece. Slow down just a little bit to try and get a different style approach in there. Go back. Just make sure you always go back and stay on that same line. Usually when I'm drawing with continuous contour, I tend to get very sketchy and, like I said, a little sloppy, but that's kind of just part of the fun. Kind of picking it up here. Finger. Oops. Now see, now I can kind of fill in and hide some mistakes. That's okay. That's just our little secret. Nobody has to know. And go back in and do the nail. So now I'm going to come back. Oh, I see my little pinky there. It's kind of like worked its way out. Don't worry about it. I'm just going to keep going. Oh, that's kind of back there. We're going to stop here. There we go. And now I can finish out the little fat part of my hand that I've been hiding. Cut back around. See, I can go back over here and fix some things. Still one line. I'm just still not liking this thumb. Something's wrong with this thumb, so I can go back in. Just kind of build up on it. Maybe cut this part down a little bit. Come back, get the hand. See, it's all still pretty much one line, isn't it? I haven't picked up and gone with that line to another location. Still going with it. Boom. I'm going to call it quits right there. Does it kind of fit? Isn't that weird? It sure does kind of fit. And that is what we call continuous contour. All right, so let's take a look and a quick diagnosis of it. What does one look like the other? They both kind of look like hands. I prefer this. That's just because that's my drawing style. I like that scratchy, rough, kind of aggressive feel. That's got a lot of energy. But this one's also very, very nice. This one looks kind of very realistic too. So if I wanted to go in and paint with this and add a different color pencil or marker or any other medium like that, I could. All right. So I'm going to put these aside because now we're going to do the blind. So blind contour is where I like to take a piece of cardboard. Let's hold it up there. Piece of cardboard with just a little hole cut through it. There we go. So now we can see that I've got this wonderful high-end piece of cardboard. Just cardboard on top of that. So when I'm drawing, now I won't be able to see the paper. And when that happens, it gets ugly fast. So when you start drawing this, don't look at it. Wait till it's done. It'll be funny. You'll think, oh my gosh, this is an exercise that's going to train your eye to see something. And then you can start getting your eye and your hand to work together. So same pose. Looks look good. All right. Try to find out where I'm going to start. I'm thinking right about here. So here we go. And I'm going to do my best not to look at it. I do. Sometimes I really want to cheat, but we're going to try and not do that. Okay. So hopefully the paper won't move on me. It moved. That's okay. I can hold it down. So I'm still trying to get some of that line work around the far side of the thumb, this part. I think I've lost my nail, but we're going to try it anyways. So just trying, this is where the continuous contour part comes in. If you can keep your pen on the paper, then you don't go across the paper, you won't lose where you are. But trust me, you're going to lose where you are. Okay, it's going to get a little funky. But you know what? It's just a silly, fun little game that we're playing here, and I can go over lines over and over and over again. Try to figure out where my other finger is. This one. Coming back around. You should spend more time looking at the object you're drawing rather than your paper. You should be doing that on your 4-minute burns. You'll get there. So we keep going around, and I've kind of lost where I was, but I know I've got this finger right there moving. And I'm just trying to get that finger in there. And we're going to do this several times. We're going to practice a lot on some paper. You're going to put some of those in your sketchbook or your process binder. You see, I got all the way to this side of my hand, and I can't find where that line is. So I'm just going to guess. I'm just going to go across, right? And I'm going to call it quits. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's some serious deformity there. I'm going to remove my high-end equipment. There we go. So now we have blind contour. Well, let's try to make that be legible. There we go. Boom. So recap. Here we go. We started with just some paper, a hand, pen or Sharpie, and a piece of cardboard to block it off. Contour. So the contour is so we could see all the details, well, not details, but just things without like shading or anything like that. Any details I could get, like the wrinkles on my hands, I tried to get in there. But I could pick up my pen. That's the key thing. Continuous contour has got some issues, but that's okay. The more we draw, the better we get. So I can see that right now I've got lots of drawing lines. And it's but it's still a hand. You can still tell. All right, finally, what happened here? Finally, I had to hide the paper that I was drawing on, and I'm just drawing my hand itself. And so when that's going on, what's happening is I started out pretty good, and then here I couldn't really realize where my hand was, and according to this, so I got kind of like I got one side and it made it squish, so I smashed the thumb or the finger. And then this, I got down to here. Remember I said, I forgot to do this curve, these wrinkles in my hand, which allow you to, grasp. So I tried to add those at the end. So we've done contour, continuous contour, and blind contour. So now I'd say it's your turn. All right. So, hey, let's get creative.